Oh no, the deer were on my Japanese maple last night. Oh no. I mean, look at, I've got jingles, I've got spinners, I've got poles, and they still were over here. Oh, I'm so upset. I mean, what else can I do? Oh, I'm not happy. I'm so not happy. The damage lately has just been worse than normal. That makes me want to cry. Good morning. I didn't know that was like that when I started filming. Oh. I just don't know what else to do. I mean, I can move this other pot on the other side over here until I'm ready to put something in it. But, you know, he's just going to reach his long neck in and get over there anyway. Well, it was a good morning. All the kitties are here and well, so it's still a good morning. These are parts for a fidget ring. There's 2 of them in there, and I'm gonna go back and forth between half of the silk and half of this mandarin orange. All right, there's 4 groups of 3. Sometimes the silk is on the outside and sometimes the silk is on the inside. I'll get Dawn to help me snap them together later. I think this part here is meant to push in. It's got a little open area, and that's what keeps it tight but lets it snap together. But I just want to think about it and not rush it, and right now I'm upset about my tree and I'm rushing. Hey buddy. Hi. Good morning. How are you? Here you go. Hi bud. Well, this one right here is not 8 on yet. I was noticing last night when the red light was on it that Dawn's tree has really come back to life. Looking good. I don't see anything else amiss out here, but that one thing was bad enough. Hi, Stripey. Hey, buddy. Hey, Stripey. Good morning. Hi. That's such a big stretch. There you go, sweetie. Hi. Good morning.
Well, now, there's what I was waiting for. We, on Jules, so we have the supervised full self-driving now. Way cool.
Grass is really looking pretty out there. Green and lush. Does not look like they have any construction closures up here this morning. That's good for me trying to get going, I guess. Although actually I don't come this way today. I go the other way. So no worries today anyway. I might close it this afternoon or a little later, but not right now anyway. Probably letting that asphalt in that one corner firm up. At least they're booking on it. Here's a Y with similar wheels, same wheels as Jules, but I don't see the red brake pads. Yeah, who knows? They stopped doing them red for a while, right? Poor Don, he's trying to walk with me, but he's on conference calls today. Again, poor guy. I wish we could just have our hour of peace and quiet in the morning, but lately it's not to be. But there's, you know, hope in the future. I'm not complaining at Don. Don's doing everything he can to carve out the time to come with me. And I guess if they're going to keep him tied to his desk for 7 to 9 hours today, you know, he needs to stretch his legs, be out here in the sun, get in this breeze. Oh, normal Tuesday stuff happening today. My ear, well, the wind, my ear is, off backwards. My ear is not worse and maybe a smidge better. Definitely not worse though. Oh. Not stressing about that today at least. Yeah, he's getting off one call and getting on another. 82nd Airborne on the left and United States Marine Corps on the right. And these guys will walk past you. They are fit and set a good example. Nice guys. It's a hectic day, but I've always got a few minutes from my buddy. Gotta make time for the important stuff. He's always itchy. He's a good boy. Okay, Ruby says left. I'm driving, but Ruby says left. No reason to avoid Piney Grove Wilbon Road. I have no idea what these guys are doing. I am on time. It's 10:19. It's like a miracle. I didn't get caught up doing 10 different things at the house, I guess. It is already 72. I ran into Miss Rosa at the park and she said it's supposed to be 87 today. I did say that we had some cooler temps coming later in the week. At one point there was a 38 in the forecast. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that's not happening. I didn't say we weren't going to cool off down to more average or below average temperatures, but I don't know. I vote no on that one last cold push out of Canada. So a friend of mine who's a meteorologist put a link on Facebook last night to a site where another meteorologist friend of hers had gathered, created a model, compilated, yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. The cloud cover, the weather, the best viewing locations for the eclipse next week. And unfortunately, it's looking like a good part of the southern United States stretch is going to have quite a bit of cloud cover, but Dayton, Ohio, north, less cloud cover, even maybe nice weather. So I don't know. I hope it works out. Apparently, even when it's cloudy, you can still see oftentimes the sun through the clouds, or notice the darkening of the, you know, whatever's happening. The sky changes, but still, it would be really nice for this big event and all these people traveling if they had excellent weather for the eclipse and not cloud cover. So they have been over here starting to pave. Well, we knew they were going to pave. Yeah, Ruby didn't tell me that there's you know, paving had commenced. So I may be not happy I came this way. There's one really huge pothole there, so when they get this lane over here paved, that's going to be excellent. Wow, we were just down this road a day or two ago and that they hadn't paved. So that's pretty quick. 3 weeks in a row I've passed the silver Model 3 on Tuesday at this time, headed to my appointments, and it's not our friend Kendall. And I just saw a white Model 3 also go past with rear mud flaps installed, and for a minute I thought part of the bumper or the undercover of the car had fallen off. They were a little wide. You know, to each their own. I just I would not want to install a mud flap on my car that made it look like the car had, you know, had some damage. So it's just a little bit much. You know, on the sites for 3D print files, Thingiverse and other, there's several, someone had made printable mud flaps for the 3 or Y. Have to make it out of the right kind of filament though, which is not what we have. The stuff we're using is really not outdoor friendly, which is one of the reasons I haven't installed that tree face that I printed. But I'm probably just going to put it outside, and if it lasts for a year or two, that'll be great, and then I can always print another one or figure out what to do with it. But or I could hang it in a sort of protected spot even though it's out in the weather. It's not worth stressing about it. I should just enjoy it. We just basically haven't had time to hang it up yet. Pick a tree, put it out there. They are not on FSD because they put on the turn signal way earlier. And see how Ruby took the wide path? Well, you know, they could be on FSD and just not the same level as Ruby, because 12.3 seems to signal sooner. Because Ruby is driving now. Reach up here and get the toll transponder, so when I go around the corner over here it won't fly off the dash. It works for us most of the time. I often kick Ruby out here. She tends to go wide, a little wide. There's a Model Y that got over to give me room coming up behind me. Thank you. You know, the people in there are really great, and I highly recommend Donna the chiropractor and this pulse treatment for people in pain that haven't tried it, to see if it will help them. I'm saying that because I'm not on the schedule today. There's some sort of a computer glitch again, and it's my fault for not checking my messages and a miscommunication, because they know that I come at 11 on Tuesdays, and so it's just unfortunate. Yeah, last year they just put me on at 11 every day through the rest of the year, and that worked great. And the one or two times I couldn't make it or they had a conflict, we just handled that a week or two in advance of the appointment. But apparently, and it's not their fault, the computer system is not allowing them to schedule out more than 4 to 6 weeks now. So like it's just hard to remember to know which week to tell them that I go book me before you book other people at that time slot. Anyway, I've got an appointment the next 2 weeks at noon instead of 11, which is doable. I'll just go to Guardian Angel Apex first, and then I'm back on the end of the month. I'm back at 11, and you know, I'm sure you all can relate to, at some point in your life, showing up for an appointment you didn't really have, or showing up at the wrong time because it got changed, or it got canceled out from underneath you and you didn't know why, and it's okay. I'm not feeling particularly sore today. So at least I wasn't like, oh God, I need her to put me on the pulse today, which is frankly some weeks, but not this week. So I'll be back here next week, and I'm headed over to Guardian Angel. And I do think it's fair just to say that I have a preferred day and time. Don't we all? Mostly. Like, I don't want it all over the place all the time. I just want to come Tuesdays at 11. You know, 11:30 or 12 is not the end of the world, but 11 is, you know, what works best for me. And since I'm the customer, I get to choose best, right? But the computer system should make that easier. I want big flashing, no, don't schedule at 11 on Tuesdays. And I do, on the couple of times I've had to cancel, let them know in enough time to book that appointment for somebody else. So since I have extra time, I'll go into the Goodwill. Hey, there's a electric Nero. I picked up a couple of things, less than $10, nothing to write home about. Ruby says it's 78 now. It's up to 80 and climbing now. I see easily, without walking over there, 2 Model 3s today. There was a post this week on one of the local Tesla owners groups. There's a couple of them for NC people, and asking if there was a place they could rent a Tesla while their car was under repair or something. And I don't know if it was in service or collision. Anyway, I was thinking, you know, obviously hurts. Yeah. The cardboard box, which it does have a nice magnet, it's the only thing I got in there today. And then these 4 items are the things from Goodwill. Hey, there's a lightning coming out of the Whole Foods parking lot. Not a whole lot going on in there today. I've seen 3 Teslas, a Mach-E, and an EV6 in the parking lot, either walking in or coming out. It's so breezy today, it's not conducive to doing a lot of talking outside. It's a very warm breeze. We're up to 84, but yeah, it's just pretty breezy. So I'm headed home, and I'm going to get there pretty early because I, you know, got back some time today. Well, it's a very busy and altered construction area over here. But it's coming along. It's coming along. I see here in the middle, they put a place for, I guess, pedestrian or bike traffic to go. Kind of learned their lesson about having really tall overpasses and a drop through in the middle. Sometimes people don't make great decisions about crossing the road and realizing that it's not solid, so that's good. It'd be interesting to see the signage and how that area there in the middle actually works once they get everything completed over here. Stopped at Home Depot just to look, and those little tiny Japanese maples are $60 this year. I like this green fluffy one, Virdis, V-I-R-D-I-S, something like that. I guess the wind knocked those over. I'm afraid of damaging them if I try to pick them up, so not to mention the fact that if they went over one time, they're going to go over again because it's still very windy. I blew the maple tree stuff off the boardwalk and the parking pad up here as best I could, considering how windy it is. I blew it off a Ruby too, because just sitting here in the driveway for a few minutes. She had a lot on her, but it's too windy. I'm not going down the driveway today. It's also too hot at 87. I'm not used to the heat yet. It is still supposed to be 38 Friday and Saturday night. We'll see, I guess. I shut this when I was blowing so dust wouldn't go inside the machine, but my 2 little bunny feet turned out good. Oh, Gray and I got the video done, and don't try to film when the coffee maker's brewing. Gray and I got the video done, and I'm gonna work on the carousel at least for a few minutes. There's this knob thing here. I'm showing you what it looks like that needs to be built, and it's quite a few steps, but that's what I'm gonna work on. I added on the top cover.
I always wanted my own carousel.
Well, now we have our own carousel.
Wow, how many people have a carousel?
So this is a real Lego part, and it is really fabric. Yeah, when I get done with it, the only thing I'm not going to have, and it's not the end of the world, is the sticker sheet.
Yeah.
There's some stickers that go on these outer parts, and there's some stickers that go on the inner circle. Mm-hmm. And I just knocked the elephant off, but that's okay. I can fix him. I built him. I can fix him.
That's right. You did good. That's a beautiful job.
Thank you.